Hello again, I'm Jay Hicks with Gerald Properties, and we're back on site here at Goolrick's, checking up on some of the work that's been going on down here. The guys at Habitus Construction have been busy for several months now putting together the foundation that we're going to continue to build on. But a big part of what they're doing is some of this masonry work, which is really turning out beautiful. We're in the front part of the building right now, which some of you may remember from earlier videos had the low ceiling. We had all the fixtures for the lunch counter in here, and I had to walk something like this. But with the floor gone, we can stand tall and really show and exhibit some of the work they've been doing. I don't know if some of y'all will remember this post, but this was one of the most startling things early in the project that we saw was the condition of the wood in this area right here. And you can see the brickwork has been put in place. Again, looks really fine. But I want to point out these pieces of wood in here that I thought were interesting. They're called whistles, and they're put in place so that you'll be able to attach wood trim and other things in the future where all this brickwork exists. But as we move further into the front part of this room, the guys at Habitus have had to cut out some indentions in the brick. After they put in all this nice work, they had to come back in and do some cutting. So we'll be able to put in the HVAC work, the duct work, that'll be able to condition the air for the restaurant once we're able to get open. In addition, on top of this, we have some steel pieces that are put in place for what will be the floor system when we install it. And that's going to be a specially made, customized steel floor that's being done by Dominion Steel. And so we're going to have some steel joists that could go across here to help support the front part of the building. That'll have the lunch counter that we're going to rebuild just as it was. And we're going to reinstall some mosaic tile, which we've mentioned before, which is going to be something that really accentuates the front of the building as we work into the rear, and we put in some real wood flooring as we get into some more of the sitting areas and work into the kitchen, which looks like we're getting to work on as well. So once we get that floor system in, we'll be able to really get to work and rolling and putting this masterpiece back together and open those doors soon. As we make our way to the rear of the building, we get to go through some of these doorways, and I want to point out that we were able, as we've talked about before, to salvage and refurbish, reuse some of the materials that existed here before. This door frame is an example of where we're repurposing some of the burnt wood that we found as we started this restoration. But as we make our way back towards the rear, this is going to be a space that's going to be usable here in the basement. We'll be able to look at the fine brickwork we've been talking about, but certainly something that jumps out at me right now is the windows. We've opened those window spaces to allow light in, and certainly they're very bright here today and look really good. But we've also installed this skeleton, the steel skeleton for our stairwell and stairway and loading platform on the second floor. I guess it's really the first floor, to allow us that access within the building between the second floor and the basement. So we're looking forward to getting those established and set up so we can start running up and down those stairs. All right, we've made our way to the front of the rear of the basement, which is really the rear of Goolrick's, the back door that no one's ever gone through before. But we're in that part where we're going to make a usable space, where we're going to be able to invite the public in to enjoy some good service. Yet another place for us to highlight some of the trim work that we're incorporating with the masonry to really create that atmosphere that we're looking for in downtown Fredericksburg. So I'm going to step outside and talk to the boys and see what we can do to keep this thing going. We're going to drive this ship to get that first floor back installed, and as we said, once that first floor is installed, we think we're going to be heading towards a dead sprint and getting ready to get these doors open. So we'll look forward to seeing you again next time here on Reviving Goolrick's.
Please follow us on all our socials to stay up to date with the latest happenings.